Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Zero Escape. 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. And I guess I accidentally hit the door on accident. Whoops.
Oh, well,
We are once again joined by the lovely, lovely Basil B.
thank you. Hi, everyone.
And we're just gonna go ahead and jump right into it. Not a whole lot we need to go over. We just learned more about the rules of the nonary game, and we did our first escape room segment. So, right. Yes, it unlocked.
Good job, Junpei.
Good. Now we can get going. Come on, what are you guys standing around for? Let's get out of here.
Come on, Junpei. Come on, Jumpy. Let's go.
All right, let's go. Oh my god, it's not complete darkness behind a door this time.
Wow. You found it.
We found it last time, but you know.
They stepped through the door to find themselves in a wide hallway.
Another hallway.
Junpei, June, Lotus, and Santa stopped for a moment and looked at their surroundings. A short distance away, a metal grate extended across the width of the hall.
Come on, open.
It's not going to open because you rattled it, you know.
Damn it.
They took hold and shook, but it refused to move. Look over there! Or here. Oh. Nearby was a pair of elevators.
Elevators. And the buttons. Of course they don't work.
The power must be out here too, just like by the staircase.
That leaves this door. Well, looks like we don't have any other choice. Yeah.
Sure does. Well then, let's open it.
All right. Here I.
Oh,
Okay.
Junpei died.
All right. Here I go.
Junpei grabbed hold of the knob and quietly pushed the door open. He entered, slowly trying to take in as much of his surroundings as he could. The others followed shortly.
Oh, so it's a kitchen.
Santa did not look pleased. What were you expecting?
Isn't it obvious? The exit. I was hoping this would be the way out of here. You really think it'd be that easy? Right. Yeah, I know. Still.
As they talked, Lotus headed deeper into the room. Until at last, she stood in front of a door. If we can just get through this door, we should come out the other side of that grate we saw earlier.
But don't we need a key for that? Sorry, I guess that wasn't very constructive.
Neither Junpei nor Lotus looked terribly happy.
Anyway, let's take a look.
Junpei dug the ship map from his pocket and spread it out in front of him. As he did, hey!
What's that? Huh? Oh, yeah, I guess I forgot to tell you. I found it. I found this a little while ago. It's a map of the B deck.
Before Junpei could finish, Lotus snatched the map away from him. Let me see that! She ran her fingers across it, muttering to herself. I knew it. See? Look.
Yes, hold your horses.
Junpei did as he was told. What did you figure out? Santa and June moved over to look at the map as well.
This is handy.
See, we came in here. If we got there, then we'll be on the other side of that grate. With her finger, Lotus traced a path on the map.
How about that? She's right. We can get out through there.
There we go. Here, you can have it back. Satisfied that she had been correct, Lotus folded the map and handed it back to Junpei.
Thanks.
He took it and slid the valuable piece of paper back into his pocket. There's a card reader on the right side of the door.
Then that means the key card is somewhere in here, right?
That seems the most likely.
All right. We know what to do then. Let's get moving. First off, I say we split up and look for clues.
Okay.
I have vague memories of this room, specifically for one section that'll happen later on, because oh boy do I just think it's kind of funny.
Oh.
So, we're in the kitchen, so start clicking on shit. Those 9 plates look pretty expensive.
They're plates for appetizers. Remember, appetizers usually come on square plates. No.
Okay. Okay, well, excuse me. Oh, okay. Well, excuse me, princess. I can't do the whole exact intonation of that.
Well, excuse me, princess.
Thank you, friend.
You're welcome.
All right. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to post it in this server as well. I posted it everywhere except this one.
I honestly probably should get you automated for that. But I would need to figure out my password to do that because I haven't used that function in a long time.
1, 2, 3. Well, there's 10 of them. If you flip these over, they look like hats. The middle is super deep for a plate.
They're soup plates. They're made that way so that the soup doesn't spill. If we ever get out of here, you should treat yourself to a nice dinner out.
What makes you think a poor college student has the money to do something like that?
I think there are 15 of these plates. I'm assuming they're for seafood.
How the hell can you tell that? They look just like any other plate from the 99-cent store.
If you ever take a lady out to dinner, you're going to embarrass yourself. I feel sorry for June.
What? Huh? But, why the hell are you bringing up June?
The lady doth protest too much, methinks. You are not terribly subtle.
There's a bunch of little wavy ridges on this plate.
Those plates are for serving meat. Ugh, you really are ignorant, aren't you?
Come on, it's not like I need to know this crap. Jeez. Alright.
I have a theory.
Okay.
Based on her outfit, I don't think granted, she could work at a themed restaurant, but my guess is that she probably, because my thought, just based on her outfit, she seems like some sort of dancer, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So my thought is maybe she works at a high-class restaurant, not as a server, but as a dancer. That, or she makes enough money to know it, or her family owns a really expensive restaurant.
That'd be, yeah, okay.
Those are my 3 working theories. My main one is that because of her outfit, that she's a dancer and either she's able to take herself out or she's been taken out enough times to know.
Okay.
But you know, there's other working theories currently as well.
Gotcha. I forgot to click this little slip of paper right here. There's a voucher at the end of the counter. This voucher doesn't match the number of plates on the table.
It says appetizers 9, meat dish 10, soup A, seafood dish F on the voucher. And the plates on the table are 9 appetizers, 16 meat, 10 soup, 15 seafood. Maybe they're using hexadecimal here?
And hexadecimal is...
It's a number system that goes 8, 9, A, B, C, D, E, F, 10, 11.
Well, 1011. It's very weird because of how number
1011.
Yeah, it's weird. So, look.
I know you're a number person, God.
Well, no, this is more computer science.
You're a numbers person, God. You're familiar with base 10, right? That's the normal system of numbers. Okay, yeah, no, okay. Other part of the working theory, there's a very good chance that she's only a dancer to put herself through school.
Okay.
Because this girl is really, really smart. And you would not believe the percentage of girls that put themselves through college as dancers.
No, I believe it.
Yeah, exactly. And so I think that might be what's going on, because I can't, there's like, maybe there's another reason for her outfit, but her outfit just screams dancer to me, you know?
Okay, no, that's so fair. That's really fair, yeah.
Okay. The base 10
Equivalence, yeah.
Equivalence?
Yeah.
Equivalence for hexadecimal numbers would go like this. A equals 10, B equals 11, or is it 1, 1?
I know, in this case it'd be 10, 11, because we're going from something to
C,
base 10.
12,
yeah.
D, 13, E, 14, F, 15. And 10, and 1, 0, 16. The 10 becomes, the 1, 0 becomes 16 in base 10. I know it sounds strange, but you can think of it as just 6 letters added onto the normal number system after 9.
A is 10, B is 11, C is 12, D is 13, E is 14, F is 15, 10 is 16, and so on. I think I get it. Did I say 10 instead of 1, 0? Fuck.
Yes, you did.
Okay, so stuff just to fenestrate me right now.
How dare you? How could you? How could you do this to yourself?
Wow. This pot looks like it's made out of silver.
I bet drinking tea from this pot would be really yummy.
Spending a day
as long as there's no mercury in it.
Yeah. Spending a day off with Drew, drinking tea. Could such a day ever happen for me?
Jumpy?
Nothing. We don't really need hot water, so we should be moving on.
That's the other thing. The fact that she constantly calls him by that nickname. I don't trust it.
Cheese room.
Cheese! Just leave me here. A knife. What do you have? What do you have? A knife! Now!
Okay, there we go. You had to do a little bit more of it before I got it.
It's like, what do you have? A rusty knife.
A rusty knife. I don't think you'll be able to use it while it's like this, though.
The knife seemed important, Junpei thought, but it wasn't going to be much use the way it was. It's futile.
Futile?
You know, a waste, useless, pointless.
Oh. Any particular reason you wanted to bring that up?
Oh, no reason, really. I was just thinking about futility.
Huh?
She wasn't making much sense. I don't trust her. There's something wrong in that noggin. Junpei tried rephrasing his question.
Why were you thinking about futility?
At last, she answered. Well, it has something to do with the Titanic.
Titanic?
Yep. Have you ever heard the story that the sinking of the Titanic was predicted?
Do you know about this one?
A little,
Okay.
I think. If this is gonna go where I think it is, then yes. If not, then no. I have, yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna say yes. Yes, that I have.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. There was
In fact, did not know what she was talking about.
there was a novel that had a bunch of stuff in it that described the sinking of the Titanic before it actually sank.
Yeah, that's the one. Okay, I think I do know what they're talking about.
Oh my god, a bear!
The title of that novel is Futility.
You almost hopped into the Clover voice.
I did, a little, yeah.
Like, I heard a little bit of Valley Girl in there, and I was like,
oh my god.
oh yeah, no, the title of the novel's Futility.
Yeah, the title of the novel is Futility. No, the title of the novel is Futility. It was written 14 years before the Titanic sank. But...
I know. I mean, I didn't know the name of the book, but the story was the same, right? It was just like what happened on the Titanic.
yeah.
Well, I heard it was all a hoax.
A hoax?
I heard that the stuff that matched up to the Titanic so well was actually added after it sank. Apparently, the only thing that was the same originally was that a boat ran into an iceberg and sank.
So you want to know something really, really interesting?
Uh-huh.
So, fun fact, the book The Hobbit had a different ending before the author started started writing Lord of the Rings. But then to make it cohesive with the Lord of the Rings stories, he changed the ending of The Hobbit and had it republished.
I didn't know
so that way
that.
the endings matched.
Oh, that's cool.
Which is, and the reason I know that is because so I love Bucky Barnes, okay? From Marvel. I love Bucky Barnes. And because he's from the World War II 40s. To do math, man. The rework of The Hobbit wasn't until the 80s. So he makes a joke that he read the Hobbit when it first came out, which means he read it with the original ending. And so someone was talking about how he would have read it with the original ending, and I was like, oh, that's so interesting.
I feel like we've talked about this like outside of recording before. I feel like
there's a very good chance that we have, because I like talking about Bucky Barnes. So
no, fair enough. Yeah.
He's just a cool dude. But the novel was published in 1898, 14 years before the accident.
Like I said, that was the first print of the book. 14 years later, the author heard about what happened to the Titanic, and he figured that was his chance, you know? He just went back and changed some stuff in his novel so that it matched the Titanic exactly.
Surprised by Junpei's response, June seemed rather taken aback. Really?
Really? There's no such thing as premonitions or any of that stuff.
For a moment, June looked very unhappy, more so than Junpei thought was normal for such a discussion. But it lasted only for a moment. With no apparent reason, she suddenly looked at him, alarmed. But... That wasn't the only book that predicted the Titanic sinking!
It wasn't?
Yep. There were two others, similar stories written by a man named William Thomas Stead. Or Steed. Which one do you think?
I think it's William Thomas Stead.
Do you want me to delete this person?
If you... Oh, wait, no, I don't
Oh,
think...
you haven't modded me yet. Ah!
Hang on, I got it. That's block.
That's what I do.
Yeah, we'll just do. Oh wait, no, but that doesn't get rid of the shit. How do I keep forgetting how to do this?
I just block and then my life goes on.
Manage. No. Okay, well, they're not in chat anymore, so. Oh, there's the button.
Well.
Found it.
Yay! Is it Stead or Steed, do you think?
I think it's. I feel like it's William Thomas Stead, because that sounds more English.
Mm-hmm. Both of them before the accident. I'm gonna sneeze. Hold on.
Woogie.
Okay, I'm fine.
Bless you,
Okay.
dear friend.
Thank you. One in 1886 and one in 1892. Steed wrote 2 stories that had striking similarities to the Titanic disaster. In one, 2 ships collided and many of the passengers died because there weren't enough lifeboats. In the other, a ship collided with an iceberg and sank.
Huh. I mean, I don't know. Well, I'll give you that. It seems a little weird, but
This, you know what this reminds me of, people there. I can't give you an example, but there are people who like, do you remember when people were like, oh, this person is part of the Illuminati because they made a triangle over their eye in their music video?
yes.
This is what that feels like.
Okay. Yeah, no, I can see the similarities with that, yeah.
Yeah. Because it's like they're just like, oh, yeah, this is what
That's
it
a
is.
thing.
This is
That's a
like
thing.
we're absolutely connecting. Like or like when people would make like really weird theories about how a character was like is really dead the whole time or something like that, you know?
Yeah, okay.
Or or like, do you remember the Rugrats theory?
Everyone's dead and it's just what's her face just talking to a bunch of ghosts?
Yes.
Yes.
That's also what this feels like. This feels like that theory existing.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I can kind of yeah. That one I can see.
Because it's just
yeah.
Because it's just like, yeah, there's a boat goes into an iceberg, and then one where 2 boats collide, and there's not enough lifeboats. Sure, but here's the thing. First of all, that's a story, and second of all,
It's very vague.
it's very vague. Like, that's not like a one-to-one. That's not saying like the exact captain, the exact place where the iceberg happened. Like, that's like saying, oh, those curtains are pink, which means that someone bled on them.
I mean, in Danganronpa, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference, really, because blood is
Exactly,
pink.
but I mean in the real world. In the real human world.
I'm pretty sure it
God.
wasn't too uncommon for ships to hit icebergs back in the day, or even other ships.
This is very true. Right, I knew you'd say that. But what if Steed had some sort of special powers? To be more specific, what if he had the ability to do automatic writing?
What?
I think I know what that is.
Automatic writing? Wait, are you talking about when someone's possessed by a spirit and then they write a bunch of stuff without knowing what they're writing?
Yeah. So there's a YouTuber that I really like, and she will try and like contact the ghosts in her house, and she'll do automatic writing, which is like just a funny thing to witness, you know? Not funny as in like a mean funny, like, oh look, she's so stupid. It's just like fascinating to me because automatic writing, like, what?
Yeah.
I'm just
Why is the term automatic writing is what I want to know.
That's the thing. Disjointed writing, I feel like would be a better word for it.
Yeah.
But like what you're supposed to do, here's the thing, for automatic writing, most people say you should do if you want to do automatic writing is that you need to block out your other senses. So like you have to put like a blindfold on, listen to white noise, so that way you can't hear other people. It's like, and also wouldn't you think that like if you woke up and suddenly had like 20 pages in front of you that you don't remember writing, wouldn't you think that's a little weird?
Hey, man, I would straight up just tell it. I was like, oh, well, I guess this is a book now.
Okay. Yes.
But, like, I would also have that be the main marketing point of it.
I wrote it in my sleep.
No, like, I wrote this while possessed, you know?
Oh, that's fair.
What do you mean, yes? That stuff's a load of bull. Okay, let's say, hypothetically, that automatic writing isn't a total load. These guys still couldn't have predicted the sinking of the Titanic. When this Steed dude wrote his thing, nobody had died on the Titanic yet. So if automatic writing is about being possessed by dead people, who the hell possessed them so we could write all that stuff?
That's not it.
What's not it?
Stead wasn't possessed by a spirit. He was doing the possessing. What?
Huh? What are you smoking?
That's my question. William Thomas Stead was a passenger on the Titanic. What? He wrote down what he saw with his own eyes 20 years before it happened. He decided it was probably best to say nothing. You know, since we're talking about the Titanic, there's actually a Titanic museum that you can go to. I'm pretty sure it's in Las Vegas, but it's gone around, and I've gone to it in different places like twice now, I think, where they actually hand you a card of someone that was on the Titanic, and at the very end, when you go through everything, you get to see if the person that's on your card got to live.
Oh, that's so cool. I think that's sick.
And you can touch like a piece of the hull of the Titanic and stuff like that. It's a really, really cool museum exhibit that goes around, and it's so cool. Huh. Genuinely, if anyone ever gets like if the Titanic one is near you, fucking go to it. It's really cool. What June was saying was insane and utterly absurd. If he tried to take what she was saying seriously, he'd go mad. This is also why I don't trust her, because she's just like spewing so much stuff where just it doesn't feel good.
Yeah. Well,
Junpei smiled uncomfortably.
Well, why don't we talk about this some other time, okay?
Huh? But... Her voice trailed off, and she glanced at the floor, troubled.
Come on, let's get back to it.
Junpei tapped June gently on the shoulder and awkwardly reached around her to pick up the knife from the box.
Got the rusty knife. We're really in trouble.
We're really in trouble. This is me. This is me.
I'm sorry.
We're really in trouble. I know I'm just repeating myself, but this is really a futility moment. That blade is so rusty.
Yeah, I know. Can't cut a damn thing with a knife like this.
If we're going to cut anything, we probably have to sharpen the knife.
Alright, so we need to find like a whetstone or something. Okay, let's see.
Let's look at the cheese. I want to look at the cheese. There's so much stuff in here. A whole lot of cans.
This is probably a pantry.
I want to look at the cheese.
Oh!
Ah! Ooh, I see something hiding.
Hey, there's something behind this cheese.
You're right.
I like how they can't like put like an actual brand on here. So they
Yeah.
just put cheese.
Cheese. Why do we move some of the cheese? Alright, guy. Oh, this is you.
Alright, guys, it's time to move it. June and I need to look behind you. There's a blue-green bottle back there.
It would be really funny if it was like, this is Sargento cheese.
So, oil.
Oh, we can use that for the whetstone. We can use that for the whetstone.
Remember,
we find one.
cheese is lined up on the shelf.
This is Gouda cheese. Most famous Dutch cheese. Oh, she's not trying to make a joke. Damn it. Come on, June, really? If you don't cut open the casing, it usually won't go bad. So you can store it at room temperature for quite a while.
So, we can eat this?
Most likely.
I'm not hungry, really, at all. I guess it's hard to get hungry in a situation like this. Is it all gonna be Gouda? Cheese on the cheese. Sweet. Yeah, I think it's just all the same. Okay. Anything else? Nope.
You know, you said that you told me that this is the most grounded game, which makes me, because I just had a thought of like, what if they're all dead?
Nope.
I was like, no, you said this was the most grounded game. That's probably for later.
Oh, wait, shit.
Whetstone. Let's combine some shit.
Maybe I'll use the whetstone to sharpen the knife. Blade knife is getting sharper by the second. I should be able to cut something pretty good with this. Okay. Sink. It still got water in it. There's a couple of plates in there, but I don't think they're gonna help us much. Okay. Why are you letting me look down on it then?
Maybe because you can put something in the water?
Maybe. There's a rolling pin and colander here. Nothing useful. Trash can. Oh, better than being full of rotten food, I suppose. Is it all? Nothing in there.
Hey Santa, digging through the trash really suits you.
What the hell did you say? Listen, lady, I did you a favor. I knew you'd just piss on moan, so I did it for you.
Oh my. I don't recall asking you to do anything.
Ugh. I'd throttle you.
Excuse me?
Does it feel colder in here? Okay. Let's see, all I got here is a pot and a frying pan. Oh, and a pressure cooker. Well, I guess we could use some of those as weapons. What kind of an idiot are you? You're gonna run around holding that thing while you're looking for the dead? Hey man, it was just a joke. Why so serious?
Hey, there's a thing that we can put a code into.
Oh, yeah. I don't think we have that quite yet, so... Frying pan, 2 pots. Alright. We're back here. Can I go to the
What's
other...
on the...
What?
Oh, the cork board.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a lot of notes. I got a bunch of stuff written on them, but it doesn't look like a code or anything like that.
Oh, damn.
Tricks for cooking, utensils, nothing suspicious. Can I?
It's a bolt. It's really rusty. Oil!
Yeah, probably oil.
Let's even open.
Well, we know until we try. Let's give it a shot. Alright, let's see if you're gonna come out. Damn. No dice. Huh?
Oil that fucker.
Bolt rusted in place, won't budge. Oh, of course! Maybe if I put some oil on it. Hey! Just a little bit of oil, and... Come on. Come on, you little son of a bitch! Whoa. Yes! Gotcha, you little bastard!
You did it, Jumpy! You're so smart.
Let's see.
As Junpei walked into the room, a blast of cold air washed over him. Almost instinctively, he folded his arms tight around his chest, doing what he could to conserve body heat.
Oh, it's cold in here. What is this place? Are you blind? It's a freezer.
Santa's teeth had already begun to chatter. Hardly surprising. The freezer was far too cold for someone dressed as he was. Lotus, however, was in even worse state. Oh, no way. That's way too cold for me. I'll freeze solid in seconds. Sorry, but I'm afraid I'll have to pass on this one. I'm going to leave the rest to you. And with that, she ran out of the room. As Lotus left, June came in. Whoa, it's really cold in here. White puffs of steam hovered in front of their faces as they talked. June had already started to shiver.
Hey, you don't need to be in here. You had a fever just a little bit ago. You should stay outside. We got this.
No, I'm fine. My fever's gone now.
But...
Junpei had scarcely opened his mouth. Huh? When the thunderous sound of metal upon metal rang out from behind them. In unison, they spun around to find that the door that had once recently come through was closed.
Fuck.
Junpei rushed to the door.
No, why did it suddenly close?
Desperately, he grabbed hold of the doorknob.
Ow.
It was cold. Beyond cold. Merely touching it was painful.
The knob's frozen.
But why? They quickly deduced that the pipe next to the door had ruptured.
Looks like the pipe next to it broke and...
Water released by the rupture had hit the door and froze instantly. Santa shoved Junpei aside and pounded against the door.
Hey! Lotus, you're out there, right? Open the door!
She wasted no time in responding. What do you want? What's going on?
The door won't open. Try opening from that side. Please.
Yeah, fine. If you say so, hold on. Soon, they could hear Lotus on the other side of the door. The grunting ceased, and they could hear light panting, as if from exertion. It's no use. It won't budge. You've got more people in there. You figure it out. Everyone charged the door.
God damn it.
Santa was shaking like a newborn deer. June was hugging herself and was shivering violently. Even Junpei, with the heaviest clothes of all of them, was clearly feeling the cold. With every breath they took, they could feel the cold working its way deeper and deeper into their bodies.
Anyway, let's find a way out. If we don't get moving, we're gonna be permanent residents.
Two heads are better than none. I'm sure we'll figure something out.
Yeah, you're right. Let's just take a good look around this room, okay? Right.
They pushed in close to one another and began to search.
Big old penguin huddle. This thing's frozen solid. This pork? Yeah, seems like it. What's this thing? Look like a tag or something? Chunk of pork. Everything's frozen in here.
It doesn't look like there's anything else interesting.
Reyes, hello!
Hello, my dear boy.
So that was the entire shelf. Oh, more stuff. Got dry ice. Okay.
Junpei
Oh,
picked Junpei picked up the dry ice with his sleeve as to avoid burning himself.
dry ice is just frozen carbon dioxide, right? Yeah, it is. Oops, shit. I wonder how warm it has to get for it to turn back into gas again. Hell if I know. So how's that gonna help us, anyway?
Ray, thank you for watching us as the part of your morning VTuber watch.
Hey! You might have to watch another set in like a couple hours when the boys get a
Yeah.
stream.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I figured we might be able to use it to get out of here. You see, we can make a pipe bomb.
Mm-hmm. Literally, you put it in the pipe, it explodes. They were about to move on when June spoke up. Carbon dioxide's
Sublimation.
sublimation point is negative 109 degrees. Any warmer than that, and it'll turn into gas. Any lower, and it becomes a solid. Junpei looked at her, dumbfounded.
How do you even know that?
Teehee! Despite my looks, I'm the quell bleh, the queen of random knowledge.
It looks bad to mess up when you're showing off.
A mouth.
Oh, you're so cold your mouth's going numb?
Yeek. What's that?
You're just doing that on purpose, aren't you?
June giggled and did her best to hide her guilt. At least she was still feeling good enough to joke around, Junpei told himself.
Come on, guys. Don't you think that's kind of weird? I wonder why it doesn't turn into a liquid first.
Santa was not shivering at an astound was now shivering at an astounding rate, but his curiosity seemed unaffected. Junpei.
Which one do you want to do?
I will let's get Santa out of here. I want to get out of this freezer now.
Okay.
His patience was wearing thin.
How the hell would I know? And how the hell is that gonna help us get out of here? We don't have time for this crap.
But it can turn into a liquid. Junpei stopped mid-sentence, surprised by June's interjection. Carbon dioxide turns to liquid if you put it under high enough pressure.
This isn't really a good time for a chat about science.
But I was wondering the same thing.
Wondering what?
Wondering why carbon dioxide doesn't turn into a liquid unless it's under pressure.
Right? It just seems weird. Water's a liquid between 32 degrees and 210 degrees. So why isn't that the case for carbon dioxide? H2O and CO2 are pretty similar. No, they're not. They're totally different substances. Look, guys, if we keep this up, we're gonna freeze to death. You good with that? You wanna die talking about sublimation and gases? Because I sure as hell don't.
He fixed both of them with a glare.
No. Let's get back to work. Assuming you don't want to end up like a pair of sculptures.
Junpei turned around, the problem dealt with. But Jumpy. Or so he thought. There's a kind of ice that doesn't turn into a liquid when it goes above 32 degrees.
Huh?
I heard about it. Its melting point is 96 degrees.
Ice with a melting point of 96 degrees? You mean there's water that freezes at 96 degrees?
Yeah, well, you could also look at it as ice that won't melt until it's 96 degrees.
Well, that would fix the weird ice mummy problem that we were talking about last time.
Yeah.
Water that freezes at 96 degrees? Ice that won't melt until it's 96 degrees?
That is kind of interesting.
Now that
Now
was...
that,
Oh, it's so
now that,
weird, because I don't know when
that
it's...
was difficult to ignore.
I don't know when it's
That's fair.
Junpei internal monologue or when it's Miss Narrator. Or when it's, like, you, Miss Narrator lady.
So I think when it's internal, it'll be in quotations, or it'll be in the box, like the blue box at the bottom. But when it's not in those, it's me.
Gotcha.
I
Okay.
think. I think. Junpei had to ask.
So, what's this ice with a melting point at 96 degrees called?
I heard it's called Ice 9.
Ice 9?
Originally, Ice 9 was a made up substance invented by a science fiction author. But recently, scientists have discovered that such a substance actually exists.
Wait, hold up. So is this thing called Ice 9? Or is it water?
Like I said, it's the if the ice is over 96 degrees, it'll be a liquid. If it's under that, it'll solidify. So you could think of it as a polymorph of H2O. Here, think of it like diamonds and graphite. They're both made of carbon, right? But depending on the structure of the crystallization, the hardness and the structure are completely different.
So you're saying normal water and this Ice 9 are like that?
Yeah. She wasn't finished. Have you heard of the story about the crystallization of glycerine?
That's actually pretty closest. Glycerin.
Glycerin? For 150 years after the discovery of glycerin, people cooled it, warmed it. They did all sorts of things to it. But whatever they did, it never crystallized. However, one day in 1920, some glycerine on its way to England by ship was discovered to have crystallized during the trip. Scientists around the world wanted to research that new crystallized form of glycerine and asked for seeds. Oh, and a seed is a sample of the original crystallized substance. With a seed crystal, further crystallization of glycerine would be easy.
I don't know if you noticed, but yeah, crystals are not formed, they are grown in labs.
I did know that. I did.
Like, it's just one of those, like, fun little terminology things where it's like...
Right.
But when you think about, like a crystal of, like, mercury, you don't think of it being, like, grown from, like, a petri dish.
However, something very strange happened. Not only did the glycerine encouraged by seed crystals began to crystallize, even the samples nearby did, even though they were tightly sealed. And it didn't end there. After that day, it doesn't matter where in the world it was. All glycerine crystallizes naturally when cooled to less than 64 degrees. Before that day, no matter how glycerine was cooled, it refused to crystallize. But once the crystallization had begun, It was almost like, how do I put it? It was almost like the glacier in the world was communicating. Communicating in some way that we can't sense. And now it's happening everywhere. Junpei.
What do you want Junpei to be? Annoyed or impressed?
I mean, I'm annoyed, but I don't want you to hit annoyed, because that's mean. Because I just want to get out of this fucking freezing box.
What do you want to pick? What do you want to pick?
Just hit impressed. We'll just hit impressed. I was honestly impressed. It was in fact a pretty interesting story. It was. However, we're dying. So.
Wow, that's pretty interesting. But what does that have to do with Ice 9?
To surprise, it was Santa and not June who answered.
What she's saying is that it's a lot like Ice 9. What happened, I mean? A lot like... Wouldn't that be bad? If water everywhere started freezing at 96 degrees. Man. It'd be the end of the world.
Junpei felt that Santa might not be treating the idea of the end of the world with the proper concern.
At any rate, we're not gonna have to worry about the end of the world unless we can get out of here pretty damn quick.
He was right. Junpei shivered.
Alright, guys. I think that's enough of that. I didn't think we'd get quite this far off topic. I mean, I know I'm kinda at fault here, but we can't be screwing around anymore. Seriously. I might go by the name Santa right now, but I didn't grow up in Iceland. Sir, it's red, white, and blue land. Please call it by its proper name. I freaking hate the cold. So let's get cracking, alright? We gotta find a way out of here.
Santa stormed off, clearly doing his best to pretend the cold wasn't affecting him.
Selfish, isn't he?
Still, Santa was right, and it was a high time that they got back to their search.
Ice 9 is interesting and all, but we can discuss it more once we get out of this freezer.
Junpei looked at June, nodded, and reassumed his search of the room.
Okay, oh. Alright, is there anything else in here that we could get? Oh, frozen chicken.
No, nothing else? Okay.
Nope.
There's so much stuff in here. Why don't we take some out of it, Jumpy?
Okay, sturdy rope.
Rope!
Storage area. A couple bottles. Water bottle. Okay. Nothing else that's useful. So I think it's, if I recall, no. No. Hang on. I just... No good. More of a shock, you know? More of a
More of a shock? There's water dripping from that pipe.
It looks like when the pipe burst, the water hit the doorknob and it froze in place. This water actually seems almost warm. Warm water flowing through the pipe.
Oh, put the dry ice.
Okay, hang on. Can we... Okay, no.
No.
Hey, Junpei, did you find some dry ice earlier? Yeah? There's warm water coming out of that pipe. Warm water and dry ice. What do you think would happen if we put that stuff in a sealed container together? There we go. Okay. More water flowing from the pipe. Yes! Game!
So now I think you can combine it. Now
dry
I
ice
think
is
you
too
can do
big.
the
I gotta figure out a way to make it smaller then. Genius. Oh, wait.
now you
Because I think we need a... Ah, okay, yep. You gotta break the ice. Dry ice is all a piece now, because he said that it was too big.
okay.
Okay.
Crumbled dry ice. Now we can put it
Okay.
into there.
Okay. And I think
Now
we
we
should probably
can put
combine
the
with
water.
rope. Just so we can tie it onto something and it won't just lay on the floor.
That's fair.
Or pipe bomb. Okay.
I love you, kitchen gun.
Bang, bang, bang.
I love the song edit of
Yeah.
that. Sparkles like new.
I've watched that an unhealthy amount of times.
No, dude, same.
Warm water flowing out of the pipe. Yes. Oh, okay, we gotta put it here. Okay.
Warm water dripped from the ruptured pipe near the door.
Put the water into the bottle with dry ice, and make sure the lid's closed. Now I just need to put this makeshift bomb on the doorknob. This is the reason why I remember this escape room so well, is because it taught me how to make a bomb. And then I walked into chemistry class one day back in high school, asked my chem teacher, hey, so can you really make a bomb out of dry ice? She looked at me and I was like, I mean, yes, I don't recommend it. And that's just a formative memory of mine.
That's very fair.
Alright, that's set. So, what do we do now? We just need to give it a little, tap. The bottle's already about to pop. If we just throw a rock or something at it, it'll go off all on its own. A small rock? A small rock.
Junpei looked down at the floor. Scattered across it were pieces of dry ice left over from the large chunk he'd crushed earlier.
Alright, this ought to do the trick.
Oh, his hands are gonna burn. He pulled his sleeve down over his hand, good, to keep it from burning, and grabbed the chunk of dry ice.
Ah, some dry ice, huh? Not a bad idea.
It was a pretty good size. About as big as a pool ball.
That's actually quite massive.
Mm-hmm.
Alright guys, stand back. Actually, we should probably hide somewhere.
Both Santa and June looked at him with new concern.
Where exactly? You expect us to hide, genius?
In the corner? There isn't really anywhere big enough.
Yeah, there is. Look, right there. We can hide in there.
Junpei pulled open the door of the small cellar.
Come on, get inside, quick.
Santa and June nodded and jumped down into the hole. Can they get out? Junpei quickly followed. In his hand, he could feel the chill of the frozen carbon dioxide even through his sleeve. He tightened his grip, took aim, and prepared to throw.
Alright, here I go. 3, 4, 5.
You're counting the wrong way!
Oops.
Junpei.
That really is a sad excuse for a joke, man. Sorry, dude. Alright, for real this time. You guys ready?
Yes, whenever you're ready.
Just throw the damn thing. Alright, here I go. 3, 2, 1.
Junpei threw the chunk of dry ice as hard as he could. With the same motion, he ducked down into the cellar with Santa and June, just as... Junpei leapt up out of the cellar and ran to the door. Jumpy! The ice is on the floor! The ice on the door, is it gone?
Yeah, it's gone. The blast master shattered it. Yes, all right. Okay, let's see if it opens.
Junpei grabbed the knob and pushed it with all his might. The door gave way easily, and the three of them tumbled out of the freezer at once. Hooray, we're out! June, relieved, collapsed onto the floor.
Move!
Santa shoved past Junpei and ran straight to the grill, which he immediately grabbed.
Ow! Oh, god damn it! Hot, 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 fuck!
He proceeded to kick the grill in a futile but an amusing fit of rage.
Well, you did just grab the grill. What did you think would happen? Hey, where's Lotus?
It took Junpei a moment to find her. She was sitting on the counter, idly scratching her chest. Welcome back. I was starting to get tired of waiting for you guys. With a great yawn, Lotus lowered herself off the counter. Junpei clenched his teeth and walked toward her.
What were you doing?
What do you mean? What was I doing? I was waiting.
We were gonna die.
Oh yeah? But you didn't. So everything worked out alright. Didn't it?
What the hell?
Just kidding. Might not look like it, but I was really worried.
Don't give me that crap.
I'm telling the truth. I mean, if you died, then I'd be in trouble too. If you died, then I'm stuck here, and I'd die too. See? I did all I could. I even looked around to see if there was anything I could do to pry open the door. But I couldn't find anything. So all I could do was wait. I mean, what else did you want me to do? Call the cops? It was true. It was true that there wasn't much she could have done, but something about her tone. Junpei gritted his teeth.
Fine. But there's one thing I have to ask you.
What's that?
You didn't close the door, did you?
What? You think I closed the door on you? Why would I do something like that? It closed on its own. I told you before, if you die, and then I die too.
That is actually how walk-in freezers work too. They are meant to close on their own, but they also have like internal safety latches. But also the pipe did explode.
Yes.
It's just a lot of like, oopsie, oops, uh-oh.
Mm-hmm. Clearly none of these guys have worked in a restaurant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess so.
It seemed that an accident was the only explanation for the door's closure.
She had really wanted to kill us. All she had to do was bar the door from the outside. But she didn't. Well, she didn't do anything. She's only lazy, or negligent at least. Not an attempted murderer.
Junpei swallowed his rage and did his best to apologize.
Well, I'm sorry I doubted you.
Oh, yes, well, that's alright. As long as you understand. Lotus looked away and twirled her hair between her fingertips. His vengeance against the grill complete, Santa swaggered back towards Junpei and Lotus.
Hey, no more screwing around, you two. Break time's over. Especially for you, lady. You've just been sitting on that fat ass of yours while we were freezing to death.
Oh, you think it's fat? How rude! I was plenty busy.
Yeah? Yeah. How would you put all that energy into help something besides bitching? Let's go.
They would hate fuck.
I think she is like... No, she's not the oldest here, because I think that is Ace, probably.
I think it's Ace, yeah.
Frozen chicken.
Chunk of it's pork, first of
Oh,
all.
chunk of it. That's right. I used the chicken already. That's right.
Yeah.
Guess I'll put this meat on the grill.
Hey, what are you doing?
Making food.
What are you going to do when the paper burns?
Come on, it'll be fine. I mean, it's not like it's gonna burn right away, right? Just gotta keep an eye on it, and it'll be fine. Well, they can argue all they want. I'm gonna keep an eye on this pork. Looks like it's about time. I'm gonna try taking the paper out.
Jumpy, be careful.
Sweet of her to care, but I know what I'm... Ow!
See? I told you.
Hey, what the hell are you doing? Hurry up and take the paper out. It's not coming out. The thing's frozen stiff. I can't get it out.
So, are we going to have to cut the meat?
We don't know, Reyes. We don't know. Well, I do, but B doesn't.
Well, okay, so let me explain what I know. Ray. So this guy, the white-haired guy, please circle his face for me. Put your little finger
I
around
am,
it. There
yeah.
you go, yeah. Okay, good. So this guy, his name is Santa, because I can't see your thing, so I'm just but I can see it on Twitch. I don't know why I can see it on Twitch, but I can't see it on here. Anyways, it doesn't matter.
Because I'm specifically also broadcasting
The specific game.
Yeah, it's like there's like a thing on OBS where it's like, do you want the chat to be? Do you want the stream to be able to see your cursor?
That's fair.
Yes.
Anyways, this guy, the white-haired guy, his name is Santa, and he's a bitch.
He's a little fuck boy.
He really
a very
is.
angry one.
He's a very he very much he gives me like skater boy vibes, but like the annoying kind. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Not like the romance skater boy who like turns out to have a heart of gold type of thing.
But like
He just seems like he just seems like a punk skater who probably has attempted to make his own edibles but burnt them but ate them anyways. I hope that made sense.
Santa's a bitch. Christmas is ruined.
It is ruined. But I hope my analogy made sense.
Yeah, it looks that way. Knife. Kniffy.
Kniffy.
Alright, now that I've sharpened the knife... Yes! Cut the pork! Awesome, Junpei. Now we can cut out the paper. C plus 10 plus F. Or that's probably C plus 10 plus F is probably what it is. So... It's like, nope. Calculators this way. What? C, A, B, C. So that's 10, 11, 12 plus 16, 28 plus 15 is 15 plus, what was that, 32 is what I said?
I think so.
47. That is, nope. Wait, let's try? Or used to enter the password. If we put in the right
Maybe
number.
to put
shit.
maybe if we put in the right number, it'll open the oven door. Junpei, maybe no earlier.
Yeah, I know.
Do you know how to enter those numbers? I think E is for the enter and C is for clearing.
So basically, when I'm ready to set my answer, I just press E. So if I screw up, I just press C, right?
Can you show me the thing again? Can you show me the letters?
C plus 10 plus F.
Okay.
Alright, let's give it a shot. So unless if I did my math right, 47?
No. Okay. C is, so it's 9, 10, 11, A, B, C, D, whatever?
Yeah. So 10.
Okay. So 9, 10, 11,
So 12.
A, B, C. So 5. So wait. Sorry. So 9, 10, 11, A, B, C. So 12, 13, 14. So it's 14 plus 1, 0.
14. C. A is 10. 11.
Yeah, because it starts with 9. So it's 9, 10, 11, A, B, C. So
No,
it's
no,
9.
no.
Or
10
does it
is
stop
A.
at 10? 10 is A? So it's 9A?
Yeah,
B,
9.
C, D?
Yeah, 9 A B C.
Okay.
Yeah, 9 A B C
So
D
9...
E F and then 1 0.
I hate this. Oh god.
So A.
You know, I hold on. So 9. So
12 plus 16 plus 15. Oh, 43. I put 47. That's why. There we go.
sounds like metal is falling.
Well, I guess that went well. Yeah. Door opened.
Good job, Jumpy.
Saturn keycard. Wow. Can we use that here? Did it. Yes. I think it's unlocked now.
You did it, Jumpy. Let's get out of here.
Yes. Let's go. Oh, yay, the darkness. We found
We
it.
found it. You found it.
I think we've been here before.
Metal grate stretched from wall to wall. Beyond it were 2 elevators and the entrance to the kitchen. The elevator's over there, so that means...
We went into the kitchen, through that door, and came out on this side.
That means the map was right!
Looks like. Then let's use it to plan our next move.
Next move?
Yeah, we need to decide where to go from here, don't we? He's right. Let's get started. From the looks of it, there are 4 possible routes. Let's just keep it simple, call them A, B, C, and D. First, A and B.
They both seem to connect to a room that looks L-shaped.
Yeah, there were 2 doors. But they were both locked and we couldn't open them. Now, route C. This goes all the way to the main staircase. That means it's door 5, one of the numbered doors.
Then, do you think we can meet up with the other 4 after this hallway? No, I don't think we will. Why not? Look. Look. There, by the stairs. See how the gate is opened? When we went into the kitchen, it was closed. But it's open now. What do you think that means?
They opened it.
Most likely.
Then if we took route C, we'd be going backwards.
That would be pointless. Unless you want to see a dead body.
Then that means...
All 4 looked at the map. They all looked at the staircase, its lazy curve leading down, deeper into the ship. Ratti then.
D it is.
Yep, Route D.
Then we're set.
They jogged down the stairs until they reached the sea deck.
Everything looks okay here. Let's check the next deck, just to be sure. Yep, just like I thought. The deck is totally underwater.
Just like the bottom of the central staircase. The water gazed back at them, its smooth surface like a great mirror.
At least the water level hasn't really changed.
Small comfort.
May as well head back to sea deck then. Huh. What else is here? Damn, that's the second bot tonight.
There are two elevators. There are two elevators over there that are on the top of the stairs. Just like the floor above.
Hold on, these are kind of different. See, there's a card reader on the side.
Another strange mark.
Hey, look, it's Lotus's symbol.
Huh?
See, it's a woman symbol with horns on it. That seems like... Ow, 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 ouch. Okay, ouch.
Lotus had taken hold of Junpei's hair. She began to shake him violently, and he thought he heard a low growl coming from her throat. What was that about that mark again?
Nothing.
Such violence. Junpei began to wonder if she was not the devil itself. With an uncomfortable smile, Junpei spoke up.
Well, June spoke up.
Or June spoke up, my bad. This is a Mercury symbol.
Alright, how do you feel about Mercury?
In what way?
Sailor.
Sailor Mercury?
Yeah.
Okay, so Sailor Mercury is actually one of the, hold on, let me make sure I'm talking about the correct one.
I think that's the blue one, right?
Yeah, hold on. Mercury. Yes, so fun fact. So Sailor Mercury, whose name is Ami, she's actually the most popular Sailor Scout in Japan because she is a honor student that also is a magical girl, so she can get all her grades in on time while also saving the world. So she's actually one of the most popular Sailor Scouts. And overall, I think that she's very, like, she's cute and all. Personally, for me, she's not like my favorite, because she's just kind of like there for me. She has interesting like plot lines and things like that, but just she's always just kind of been like there for me. So
okay.
What's it really funny about her symbol is the horns on it. They just make it look almost like a little tiara for her. They don't make it like actually look like horns on it, or they'll just take it out and just make the because Venus's is that, so they have to add like it's a whole thing. They make it. She has like a little hold on, symbol. How the fuck do I spell?
SIMPLE?
No, I kept hitting the wrong, because my microphone is in front of my
gotcha.
My thing right now. Yeah, so they basically kind of make it look like a little like V coming out of a heart for it. Instead of like the big wide like horns, it's just like a little like almost like a little tiara, or like a bow in like the hair, just a little like ding.
I see. I'll be honest, I'm just gonna keep asking about Sailor Moon shit while we're doing this.
No, that's so fair, and I love talking about Sailor Moon shit. So, I'm pretty sure I mentioned this last time that when we played this, but I really want, eventually I would really like to get the Sailor Scout uh symbols tattooed down my
I
spine.
think you did mention that. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. I wanted them to be tattooed down my spine. I just can't do that until I have someone who would be available to like help me keep that clean.
That's fair. Yeah.
That's the thing. I would have to like have like a roommate or something. Cause like sure, I could have like my family do it, but I don't want to lay like naked on my bed while my family helps clean my tattoo. B, did you know I have a Sailor Moon print on my wall? Oh my god, Ray! Cute! Is it Sailor Moon? Or is it one of the other Sailor Scouts? Very important. Very important.
Order that.
The horns symbolize the wings on Hermes' staff.
Herpes, whatever.
Don't be mean to my guy. Damn, Santa.
That's a little bit dangerous.
That is dangerous.
We can't get out. We can't get this thing to work. These elevators aren't going anywhere.
In other words, we need a keycard with the Mercury symbol on it.
Apparently, Sailor.
Oh, Sailor Uranus. Okay. I love Uranus. Uranus is pretty chill. That's one of the lesbians. Who, in the original dub, when it was brought to America, they were cousins.
They made them cousins, which made it infinitely worse.
So bad.
Because
there's like
worse.
Because there's like a whole scene that they basically had to like kind of rewrite to make it work because
but it makes it feel so awkward.
Yes, well, because like because Sailor Neptune talks about her like love at one point, but when they redid it, they made it as if she had like broken up with them, but the silhouette is very clearly Sailor Uranus.
It's Uranus. It is Uranus.
It's Uranus. I am not saying the other way.
Because
that's I refuse.
It's also just
that's childish.
Incorrect.
Yes, it's childish and stupid and incorrect. So and I will not disrespect one of my favorite lesbians like that. Anyways, I guess we can't go on there. Let's just disregard the elevators for now.
How about this hallway on the left?
Whoa! There's so many doors! They weren't sure how many, but certainly enough to be discouraging.
Damn it. If we try to search all these, the sun's gonna go down before we've done half of them.
I think the sun's already set.
She has such gender envy vibes.
That is very fair. Sailor Uranus actually dresses in the male uniform.
No, I fuck with that.
For her school, yeah.
Well, then your mother will have to.
All right, Ray.
That.
All right, Ray. We're gonna. I'm already gonna watch Sailor Moon with Omega Man and Keith. So you'll just have to be there when you get Wi-Fi. So
get better Wi-Fi.
Get better Wi-Fi, which should be, I was told, next week.
Right? Yeah.
I'm very excited. And then you can have your debut, and I'll be there cheering you on.
I will as well, depending on if I'm at work or not.
Same, but I'll, like, you know. Woo!
I have a feeling the ship is the only thing that's going to be going down anytime soon. Yay, debut!
Woo! Debut!
That's even worse.
Well, we can come back to this hallway later. Let's check the hallway on the other side, shall we?
Time to head back to the stairs.
To their right was a small hallway.
And now the right hallway.
Quickly, they headed into it. It was approximately the same size as the alcove in front of the stairs. The hallway led towards the stern, and at its end was a set of double doors.
There are doors here too. Well, I guess it's just 4 this time.
Let's open them.
All right, let's start with this one.
Junpei nodded and grabbed the one closest to him. He gave it a small tug and felt it move.
It isn't locked. I'm gonna open it.
Thrilled to have found an unlocked door, he threw it open, and a bunch of dead bodies were
Into
inside.
infinite darkness.
Junpei didn't know what to make of what he saw. No more number doors.
What? 3, 7, and 8.
He simply stood, unable to speak. The others simply stared, open-mouthed. After a few long moments, Santa managed to speak.
What the hell is this?
Infirmary?
This place is huge.
A massive room stretched out in front of them, more a cavern than a room. Its vastness was oppressive, and it bore down on the 4 companions. It was not empty, however. The entire room was filled with lines upon lines of beds.
There are beds everywhere.
They were simple things, little more than pipe and thin mattresses. Is this a hospital? He had at least been able to put a name to the harsh scent that pervaded the room. It definitely has the smell.
Could be. See medicine cabinets and surgical tools. Hey, look there. The 4 doors at the end.
3 of them were emblazoned with large single-digit numbers made with thick red paint.
The left door says
The
3.
left. Mm.
Second door is blank, but the third has a 7. And the rightmost door is 8. There's no doubt. They're numbered doors. Why is the second door blank? That seems kind of strange, don't you think? No point worrying about it right now. Let's see if these things will open first.
Yes, that sounds like a good plan. Junpei headed towards the doors, weaving his thoughts between the beds. He started with door 3 on the left, and moved to the right until he reached door 8. It's no use. Well, of course. If it was that easy to open these doors, what would be the point of the nanori game? Nonori. Ugh. We have to activate the red, or the numbered doors won't. Wait a minute.
What's wrong?
Look. Display in the red. There's nothing on it.
Huh?
Don't you remember? The red at the central staircase. If no one was inside, it said vacant.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
But this one, there's nothing on it. Right?
I wonder if it's broken? Well, only one way to find out. It's not responding.
All four took turns placing their hands over the red, but refused to respond. They pulled at the lever, and still, it did nothing. As they soon discovered it wasn't only the red for the door. It wasn't only the red for the door 8 that was behaving strangely.
How about the red on door 7? And door 3?
None of them are working.
What does it mean? I knew it. They're broken. Zero sure sucks at maintenance.
No, that's impossible. You really think Zero, who prepared all of this, would make such a stupid, simple mistake?
Maybe, but that doesn't explain why this thing ain't working.
It was at that moment that they heard a voice from behind them.
I believe the bottom of this device has been removed.
They spun around to see.
Snake!
But it was more than just Snake.
Ace, Clover, 7.
Although they were glad to see one another, it wasn't terribly surprising that they had. If it had been the other party who'd opened the gate in the front of the kitchen, it wasn't unreasonable that they'd bump into one another eventually. The rest of Snake's team, however, did look rather surprised.
How? Oh,
That's
shit.
me.
Fuck! Oops. How did you guys... How did you end up here? That's my line. Perhaps we should exchange information.
After a moment of silence and surprise, everyone suddenly began to talk, desperate to exchange information. They talked about the rooms they'd been through and how they ended up in the same place. Of course, none of it was very useful information. That hardly mattered. They were happy to simply see one another again. Although the level of cheer varied greatly from person to person, each one of them was wearing some matter of smile. Almost as though they had already forgotten about the death of the 9th man. No, thought Junpei. Perhaps it wasn't that. Perhaps thoughts of his death were what drove them to smile at one another. Not in a morbid or hateful way, no. The 9th man had died. But they were still alive, and that was something to be happy about. A sort of simple, uncomplicated joy, Junpei thought. The joy of being alive. Still alive. He felt sorry for the 9th man, but more than anything, Junpei was just happy to be alive. Now, he laid his own bed. He did it himself. Don't feel sorry for him.
There you have it. Our half of the story.
His part finished, Ace fell silent. For a moment, Junpei was silent in thought. Then he spoke.
Okay. Let me see if I've got all this straight. When you guys got here, the bases for the reds were already gone. And you looked all over the room, but you couldn't find anything. So you figured... Oh, this is Santana. That there might be something in the hallway with all the doors.
So you went to have a look?
Yeah. And while you were looking around, you heard voices?
Uh-huh. So you followed the voices and came back here?
Indeed. And that was how we found you. Why don't we check those three reds again? Just in case. Yeah, you're right. Hmm. There's a long, thin gap at the bottom. I think it's a slot for something? Probably electronic?
Well, this isn't good. If the red is inactive, we can't keep going.
Well, what about that hallway over there? Isn't there anywhere else we can go? No, there isn't. There are plenty more hospital rooms, but nothing else.
Hospital rooms? That's what's behind all those doors?
Yes, there are a number of individual rooms in addition to this large one.
There was a door at the end of the hallway, but it was locked.
There was an astrological symbol engraved near the keyhole, however. I was able to get a good feel of it. I believe it was the symbol for Jupiter.
That's my girl. That's my favorite Sailor Scout. I love Jupiter so much. She's the best.
We can get into that when we actually see it for ourselves.
Yes.
Not again. These goddamn things are everywhere.
I wonder what they all mean. For a moment, everyone was silent in deep thought.
While we're asking what things mean, what's the deal with this room? I mean, I thought this was a cruise ship, but I can't imagine a cruise ship would have a hospital like this.
Really? Did you know? Fun fact for everyone and for you, Mega Man. Did you know that most cruises have the most deaths on them? Like cruise ships, cruise liners, out of any sort of ship have the most deaths on them because old people will get on them knowing that their time is near and die on sea.
Yeah.
And that's why they have a morgue
Yeah. I mean,
on cruise liners.
I'd understand like cruise ships having like, clinics and stuff like that, but this is a very makeshift looking hospital.
That's fair. But also it probably also makes sense if I mean this does feel more makeshift, but there's also a very good chance that it originally was like a ballroom or
Yeah.
something. Because especially if this is a recreation of Titanic, the Titanic did in fact have a ballroom on it, if I remember correctly. And I really need to pee, so I'll be right back.
Okay. How's everyone doing? What's the vibe? Vibe's good, vibe's good. That's nice to hear. Ooh, you're working on your stream stuff. Nice. When do you think you're gonna do debut once you get your all your Wi-Fi stuff set up? End of next month. Oh, okay. Okay. Actually, not as what's the word I'm looking for? Not as distant as I thought then. Yeah, that's fair. You have Walmarts in where you are, right? I'm not just tripping that because you're not like backwater. You don't have Walmarts? Really? That's huh. What? So is it quite literally? Wait, no. Tesco's is a grocery store specifically, or is it also like a big box store? Okay, it's mostly food. So okay, mostly grocery store. So like, what's like your big box store equivalent then over there? Asda. Okay, no, I think I've actually heard of that one. Like, I think I haven't like I've heard more about Tesco than I have about most of the other shops over there. So like, yeah, but like, I feel like I've heard of Asda, like very vaguely at least. But you know what a Walmart is? You've seen YouTube videos of it. That's fair enough. Now, are they good YouTube videos on it, or are they like shitty prankster YouTube videos on it? Where are we right now in terms of the blood chart? We are right almost up against the next point. Okay.
Hello, I am back. I got
Hello,
myself a
Bee.
snack.
Like dumb people buying too much of random things. Oh, okay, so like the shitty side of it. Okay.
What are we talking about?
No, somehow we got into the topic of Walmart.
I only go to Walmart for one thing, and it's Bosco cheese sticks because they're the only fucking place that sells them.
Buy better cheese.
No, but it's Bosco cheese sticks. It's bread stuffed with cheese. I don't know how.
Is this better, Yuki? Alright, let me do this. How does this sound, Yuki? Your son says to stop yelling.
I am not yelling.
How about this? Is this better, Yuki? Can you B, can you do some continuous talking?
Hello, it is me. I'm enjoying some cheese as I sit here at my desk, waiting for you to pull up the lines again so I may pretend to be people I am not. Yeah, Ray, how's it going?
Well, I figured it's a hospital ship. Chances are, it's the Gigantic. The Gigantic?
Junpei looked confused. So did everyone else. What is this Gigantic? Seven knit his brows for a moment, then began to explain.
The Gigantic. She was a sister ship to the Titanic, built in the early 20th century. Actually, the Titanic had two sister ships, and they looked exactly the same. The Gigantic was said to be one of them. They intended to make her a passenger liner like the Titanic, but World War I began soon after the ship launched. The British Navy took her over and made her a hospital ship. At some point during the war, the Gigantic was damaged by a German mine in the Aegean Sea. She ran aground afterwards, so she didn't end up sunk. What happened to her after that? One theory going around is that a man named Lloyd Gourdain bought her. It seemed like he'd been one of the few to survive the Titanic sinking. The trauma turned into some kind of obsessive collector of all things related to the Titanic. Soon enough, the guy wanted the Titanic itself. Which was impossible, of course. It's sunk at the bottom of the ocean. But the Gigantic wasn't, and seeing as she was identical... So you're saying this Lord Gourdain bought this ship? Yeah, at least I think I am. That's impossible. No way we're in some boat that's almost 100 years old.
Sorry, I have food in my mouth.
No, you will.
Pipe down, just pay attention. What is this? Well, have you got any proof?
Proof?
Proof that this ship is really the Gigantic.
Well, ship got stuff that's like the Titanic, and a hospital ship. So I just figured.
Oh, for goodness, don't tell me that's your only reason.
No, I've got more.
Like?
Well, I mean...
Seven looked around desperately, doing anything to avoid meeting Lotus's piercing stare. He scratched his head for a moment, then gave up. Finally, he opened his mouth.
I don't know.
Lotus sighed and shook her head. I guess your memory isn't back yet, is it?
Yeah, sorry about that. Hey, whoa, wait a minute. Memory isn't back?
Junpei was, he felt, legitimately shocked by what seemed to be new and very important information. Everyone else, however, seemed unimpressed. In fact, they all looked at Junpei as though he had said something very strange.
Yeah?
Your point being? He decided to revise his attitude for the next question.
Wait, was I the only one that didn't know?
Everyone nodded.
Why? Oh, yeah. Guess I didn't tell you, huh? Told the rest of them before I ran into you on the stairs. Told them I couldn't remember a damn thing from before I woke up. What?
Then, almost as if to save Junpei from further embarrassment,
Should be
that's
11?
another hour gone.
Or...
Another hour lost.
Nope.
A
Huh.
bell began to ring from far away.
Huh? A bell? It sounds like the clock in the main stairway.
Junpei counted each chime carefully.
10, 11, 12, 12. Oh shit, we lost 2 hours there.
Fun.
It's midnight.
That was me, hon.
Oh shit. Mother, I'm sorry.
You're okay, you're okay, you're okay. My model, it's because I'm wearing glasses. I'm wearing glasses, so my eyes are freaking out, right?
Ah.
It's midnight. Then we've still got 6 hours left, right?
We don't have any time to screw around. Let's get going. We gotta find the missing parts for the Reds.
What do you mean, find? How on earth do you propose we do that?
We've looked everywhere in this room. That only leaves one place to look.
One.
Well, I guess that's not really right.
Wait. Don't tell me you mean we need to search all of the other rooms.
Don't freak out. We already searched 4 of them.
4 rooms.
We just have to split up the rest between the 8 of us. If each person does 6 rooms, that'll be 48 rooms, right?
So there are 48 rooms left? Her earlier experiences had apparently not encouraged Lotus to trust Seven. Seven scrunched his head awkwardly.
I don't know. Nope, everything's dying over in B's end.
Genuinely, I'm not sure what fell, but I'm fine. So, okay. Weird.
All right, so everyone knows which area they're searching? Yeah.
Yes! Junpei was chosen to search the rooms on the starboard side, moving from fore to aft.
Well, I'll meet up when the clock goes off again. How about in that room with all the beds? Yeah, sounds like a straightforward... Yeah, sounds straightforward enough.
I'll shout if I find any of the components we need. I hope we can find them within the time limit.
If we can't, then we'll just have to come up with another plan. Right. Then let's do this.
The details decided, they left to begin searching. Out into the hallway they went, each of the rooms they'd been assigned. However, from far away, Junpei heard the bell ring. It did so only once. It was 1 a.m.
It's 1. I better get back to the others.
He jogged through the entrance of the large hospital room to find 6 of the others already there.
Huh?
Ace, Santa, Clover, June, Seven, and Lotus. They had gathered in front of the door. They had gathered in front of door number 8. Or perhaps to be accurate, they had gathered in front of the red next to door number 8.
What are they doing over there?
Had one of them found the missing piece?
What happened, guys?
It was June who answered him. Jumpy, look! She was pointing at the red. He pushed through the others until he stood in front of it. Immediately, he knew what she meant.
Vacant?
Junpei sighed.
Come on, guys. Who was it? I thought we're supposed to yell if we found it.
Well, Junpei wondered why she was hesitating. The others looked as confused as June, but kept their mouths shut.
What the hell? What's up with you guys?
They all knew something he didn't, and Junpei wasn't about to leave things this way. Finally, Lotus frowned and spoke. Well, that's the thing. We don't know.
You don't know?
When I got back, it was already like this. There was no one else here. That means I was the first back, but the missing parts were already back on the red.
What? Let me see.
Junpei looked at the bottom of the red again, just to make sure. The slots that had been opened on the bottom were now covered with metal.
You're right. It's in there. What about the other 2?
They're the same.
Let me take a look.
Junpei quickly examined the other 2 boxes.
It's just as you said.
Satisfied that they were also repaired, but still very confused, he returned to the others.
All right. I just want to be sure here. Nobody has any idea what the hell happened here, right? Correct.
None. Ace and June nodded silently. Seven raised his hands as to say, not me, and Santa just shrugged. Only Clover lowered her head and did nothing.
Huh? Wait a minute.
That was when he noticed.
Where's Snake?
Junpei swept his eyes across the room a second time, but Snake was nowhere to be seen.
Does that mean he found them? I've no idea. There's nothing to suggest, but nothing to... There's nothing to suggest it, but nothing to suggest he didn't either.
I don't suppose we will know until we can ask him in person.
Well, whatever he did or didn't do, he's pretty damn late. What the hell is he up to?
Maybe he's lost. He is fucking blind, you know.
Yeah, well, that seems likely. Dude can't see. I don't know how he gets around in the first place.
Clover raised her head. No, that's impossible! Suddenly, she was shouting. Yeah, my brother's blind, but he's got really good hearing. He can get around as well as anyone who can see. So he can't get lost. That's impossible. Clover had started to shake, and the knuckles on her hands had gone white. She spun around, but before she did, Junpei noticed tears welling up in her eyes. I'm gonna go look for him. The words were barely out of her mouth when she began to run.
Hey, hold on. Clover, wait.
Junpei cried out to her, but he was too slow. She kept going. Before anyone else could react, she was gone.
Suddenly we hear 15 gunshots, a reload, and then 15 more.
Oh god, no.
Well, that didn't work. Damn it, what should we do now?
Lotus. Oh. Well, the red is working now. No, we're not leaving 2 people behind. We should go look for them.
Oh man, this ain't looking good. Oh yes, what an excellent idea. We just wasted a bunch of time looking for some pieces of electronic junk. Now let's waste some more time by looking for a couple of idiots. Then remain here if you feel you must, but there's no time. We've only 5 hours left.
Junpei and the others nodded to one another and took off at a run. In front of the stairs that led to B deck, they decided to split up.
Let's split up. Alright, I'll take this direction. Then I shall look that way. I'll be over here.
See you all later. Soon only 2 of them were left. Those 2 were Junpei and June, who had been a few steps behind the others.
Alright, we should go too.
Yes, let's go.
But... Oh, no, this is you.
But where should we start?
Let's see. So I think we only need to do 2 of these. So, what are you feeling like?
Let's do the first class cabin.
What about the first class cabin on B deck?
Okay, let's go, Jumpy. They took off up the stairs at a run. Outside of the first class cabin, they found Clover. Yes! She was standing in front of the wall. She was staring at a meaningless point at the wall, her eyes blank.
What should
Junpei do?
What do you want to do?
Talk to her, obviously. Obviously, talk to her.
No, we're just gonna leave her staring at the corner.
Right?
Are you alright?
He did his best to sound friendly, but Clover didn't respond.
Look, I know you're really worried, but...
He could think of no words to say that didn't sound hollow and fake. Junpei hesitated. Clover was so consumed by worry and fear that Junpei feared it would crush her. Her actions didn't surprise him. She had suddenly lost her brother, who she seemed to have been very close with. Hello. Her voice was thin and barely audible. Hello. Hello. I said, leave me alone! Suddenly, she was screaming. You're so annoying. Just go away and leave me alone. Just look at you guys. It's pissing me off. Go away, okay? Just go somewhere else. Stop bothering me. Junpei was taken aback. Such anger and hate. June's eyes had gone wide with surprise as well. I'm gonna sneeze.
Bless you. Bless you.
Thank you. Why are you still here? Didn't you hear me? Fine, forget it. If you aren't gonna leave, then I'll just...
All right. Let's go, June.
Yeah.
They turned and left Clover. As they did, Junpei glanced back over his shoulder to see Clover wiping tears from her face. Clover had driven home the misery of their situation, but Junpei told himself that getting depressed would get him nowhere but depressed.
We really need to find Snake. For Clover's sake.
He did his best to push away the misery and depression and forced a smile.
So, where do you think we should go next?
Let's go to a casino.
How about the casino?
Let's take a look. They turned and headed off down the hall to their right at a jog. Before they knew it, they were there. So was Lotus. She was leaning against the wall, examining her nails.
Hey, what do you think you're doing?
She glanced up at him, unimpressed. Isn't it obvious? I'm looking for Snake.
I'm just not seeing it.
Really? Maybe you need to look harder.
I don't think that's the problem.
Oh, by the way, I've got a proposal for you two. Care to hear?
Look, you look great and all, but I'm not into polygamy.
I don't think she'd be interested in you either.
Alright, what you got?
Sure, let's listen to what she's got.
Well, what is it?
Well, I don't like to beat around the bush, so I'll get right to it. Why don't we team up?
Team up?
Yeah. What, do you need me to explain it to you? I'm saying why don't we throw a numbered room? Go through a numbered room. Even if we wanted to, that's impossible. Why? Jimpy's bracelet's number 5, mine is 6, yours is 8. Our digital root would be 1. 5 plus 6 plus 8 equals 19. 1 plus 9 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. But there's no number 1 door in the large hospital room. The only doors that are there are 3, 7, and 8. Then we add another person. Huh?
Who?
What? Isn't that easy? 7.
Oh, if we add 7, 5 plus 6 plus 8 plus 7 is 26. The digital root of 26, 2 plus 6 is 8. Then the 4 of them could go through the number 8 door. Oh wait,
The 4 of them could go to the 8 door, but
wait a minute. What about the other 4? Ace, Snake, Santa, and Clover.
why don't you add them up? That was simple enough.
1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 is 10. And 1 plus 0 is 1. The digital root for those 4 would be 1.
That's right.
And you know the number 1 door isn't in the big hospital room, right?
Of course I know that. No! Are you saying you'd leave them behind? Of course not. What kind of woman do you think I am? Once we get off the ship, we'd come back and rescue them, couldn't we? Then we wouldn't really be leaving them behind. Don't try to lie to us. I don't think you do anything of the sort. Really? Why do you think that? You remember, don't you? We have less than 5 hours left. Even if we manage to escape, there's no way we could come back to rescue them in less than 5 hours. Well, you never know until you try.
No, you're not thinking this through. Even if we brought 7 with us, we wouldn't be able to get off the ship. There's 4 of us couldn't open door 9. It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out, and seek a door that carries a 9.
Yeah, that's right. The digital route for the 4 of us would be 8. So we'd have to add Ace to make 9.
That's right. Unless we bring Ace too, we'll be stuck.
Lotus scratched the back of her ear.
I think we made this joke on Monday, Yuki. Or not Monday, Sunday. Saturday. We made it the last
I
time
think
we
we've
played.
made it every.
Yeah.
I feel like we've made it every single time that we've played.
But like, I feel like we specifically made this joke when he was here with us.
That is also very fair. Yes. Oh. Well, that's unfortunate.
Unfortunate? That's all you have to say?
She didn't sound particularly bothered by what Junpei said. Nor did she seem particularly surprised. Well, let's try and find some other way, okay? A way to get out of here with all 8 of us. That's impossible. Are you being serious? You do know that only 5 people at the most can go through one of the numbered doors, right? Number 9 isn't going to be an exception to that rule. Regardless, at least 3 people will get left behind.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
The moment he said it, Junpei felt a chill run down his spine.
No. Wait just a second. You're skipping over a really big detail.
Yes, what she said was true, but how Lotus could remain cavalier about so terrifying a prospect was beyond him.
Is that really okay? That means 3 people will die in the end. Are you okay with that? That's just...
Lotus's forehead furrowed. Do you think I could have a moment alone? There are some things I need to think about. Junpei and June turned and began to walk away from Lotus. That didn't turn out to be a very pleasant conversation.
Yeah.
Junpei's heart felt heavy, and his steps sluggish. But he told himself permissive would get them nowhere.
Pessimism?
Pessimism. To get them nowhere.
Well, regardless.
So he forced himself to smile and turned to June.
Let's just focus on finding Snake for now, okay?
Yes, you're right. We can think about those other things later.
Yeah.
Junpei nodded.
Oh my god, is that the 7, the vampire?
Chaos. Hi, 7.
Alright. Where should we go next? Okay, we do have to go to all of them. It's just that, oh no, we can't go back to the big hospital room now, I guess?
Well, we can go to the hallway with all the rooms,
Yeah.
because there's still one other thing down there, I think,
Yeah.
that we can look at.
Let's go back downstairs and check that hallway with all the doors.
Together, they ran down the stairs.
Oh, it's Ace.
Ahead of them, farther down the hall, they spotted Ace.
Hey, Snake, where are you? Answer me if you're there.
What you do?
What'd you got?
Let's go talk to Ace. Let's go talk to Ace.
Let's go.
With June in tow, Junpei jogged up to Ace. Hearing their footsteps, he turned to greet them.
Ah, hello there. Snake is, well, that's obvious, isn't it? I assume you haven't found him yet? Yeah, it doesn't seem like you're having any luck either.
I really wonder where he could have gone.
Well, wherever he's disappeared to, we must find him as quickly as we can, for Clover's sake.
Right. June's face looked kind of enraptured.
I mean, he looks pretty good for his age. By the way, do you think Clover and Snake are really siblings? Ah, why would you say that? Why would
Why would you say that? The question seemed somehow odd to Junpei.
Why? Well, it's obvious, isn't it?
Turns out he's colorblind, so he can't tell that they don't look alike.
They don't look alike at all.
Ace looked at him for a moment and then spoke.
Yes. You know, now that you mention it, they don't.
He's colorblind.
Now that you mention it. Still, there are a great many siblings who do not look alike one another.
Have you ever seen that game on Instagram where it's like dating or siblings?
Yes.
That's what this reminds me
Oh god.
They're dating or are they
Siblings! It certainly isn't rare.
Junpei wasn't sure why, or even if he was seeing what he thought, or even if he was seeing what he thought he was, but he could have sworn that Ace's face tightened as he spoke.
At any rate, we really must find Snake as soon as possible. The clock is ticking. We can't really afford to waste any time. Very well. Let's get back to the search, shall we? You can leave this area to me.
All right. Now we can go back to the room. Let's go, Jumpy. At June's urging, they left. They found themselves back at the stairs, but Junpei's mind was in turmoil.
Something about that was... I'll think on it later. Like I said, finding Snake is our top priority.
Junpei did his best to clear his mind.
Alright, where should we go next? We've done the casino,
Back
we've
to
done...
the-
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go back.
Why don't we go back to the big hospital room?
Okay, let's go then.
I think I pointed this out also. If we go here, we are at the next, oh no, the next inflection
Oh.
point is this next one right here. So, just like gave you like a little like taste on what's coming forward. This is what I was talking about last stream, B. Where like there's like these 3 points right here. We have another inflection point right here. But if we go down this route, we are locked in this end right here.
Oh.
So technically, it's possible to have a route lock in this next one.
Okay.
But also, we are just twice as likely to go down this lock as we are any of these other ones, because there's 2 inflection points that lead down to it.
They turned and headed back towards the large hospital room.
Hey, wait, that's...
Snake? No, that's Santa. On their way to the large hospital room, Junpei and June noticed Santa standing next to the number 3 door.
Santa?
Junpei paused. What should Junpei do? Yeah, we gotta talk to him. Junpei and June walked up to Santa.
What are you doing? What? Can't tell? Checking out the red.
Why? Is there something bothering you?
What? It's not bothering you?
Huh?
This. The guts of the red. Why wouldn't you wonder who the hell put it back in here?
Yeah, that's true. Well, I'm curious too, but...
Who do you think did it?
Santa's eyes narrowed as he looked at June. She shook her head. I don't know.
Well, what about you, Junpei? Who do you think fixed this thing for us? Who are you feeling?
So the fact that Snake isn't here makes me think it was Snake.
Okay. That's your answer?
I think it's either Snake or Zero, but I think because Snake isn't here, I'm just gonna go Snake because it's also not highlighted, so I want to see what the answer is. So I'm gonna go Snake.
Well, it seems like it would have to be Snake, wouldn't it? Maybe he got back here before any of us. He found the parts somewhere, put them back, and then went through one of the numbered doors. No, that's not possible.
That is also true. He couldn't have gone without just by himself.
You have to authenticate with at least 3 people, or the red won't open the door. There's no way a single person can get through there by themselves.
Unless...
Yeah, I guess you're right.
It was a stupid mistake, but Junpei knew it. How did you made such a foolish miscalculation? How had Santa noticed it so quickly? No, that's not why I picked Snake. You dingus.
Dingai.
Dingai. Perhaps he just wasn't as clever as he used to be. Junpei shook his head sadly.
So, in other words, I'm not gonna make the same joke again. One of us is the same person who fixed the red.
Well, it still could be Snake. Santa grinned.
Bingo, we have a winner. But if that's true, then the person who did it doesn't want the rest of us to know that they fixed it? Yeah. But why? No idea. Maybe if they come clean on that, it means we'd find out something else. Something bad. Something bad? Don't know. But whatever it is, it's gotta be worth hiding. Of course, could have something to do with Snake's disappearance. You don't think maybe they did something to Snake? Yeah.
Junpei stared at Santa. There was something about him that made Junpei wary. At first he assumed the other man wasn't terribly clever, but Junpei was beginning to think he would need to reevaluate that assessment. When Santa spoke again, his voice was quiet.
Look, if you trust anybody in this game, you're gonna lose. You've gotta be careful. The person you trust the most could turn out to be the one who stabs you in the back.
With that depressing suggestion, he turned and quietly walked away.
And that's that, I guess.
Junpei and June looked at each other and smiled awkwardly. Where would you like to go next?
I don't think we go anywhere. Oh, there. Finish searching.
They looked everywhere they could think of, but Snake was nowhere to be found. Snake hasn't been anywhere we've searched. Lotus looked around at 6 frustrated faces and spoke. We can't keep looking for him. Wherever he is, it's not here. We need to get moving. Junpei couldn't disagree with what she was saying. Snake seemed to have completely disappeared. There was no point in wasting any more time. The others seemed to be having similar thoughts, but they stayed silent. Finally, Seven spoke.
We don't got a choice. Lotus is right. We're not gonna find Snake. There's a problem, though. We've got to figure out who's gonna go through which door.
Yes, I have a proposal. She walked back and forth across the floor, her heels clicking against the wood.
Damn, she's been in heels this entire fucking time?
I guess.
Damn. Man, her feet must be, like, bad.
Awful.
Yeah.
Like, awful. Hopefully they're, like, not stilettos. Hopefully they're, like, good heels.
Yeah, just like normal walking heels.
Like
hopefully.
wedge.
Yeah, wedges.
Like
That's
wedge
what they're
heels.
called. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they're wedges. Wedges. Why don't we decide on one person to sacrifice?
Sacrifice?
Well, perhaps that is a bit of a harsh word, but yes. You'll all figure it out by now, haven't you? All make it through those doors. We can't all make it through those doors. If we split into 2 teams of 4 and 3 people respectively, then 3 people will be left behind. If we split into 2 teams of 5 and 2 respectively, then 2 people will get left behind. But if we split into 2 groups of 3 and 1 and leave 1 person out, then only 1 person will be left behind. Leaving behind 3 people with 2 teams of 4 and 3. Yeah, she's right. What else are we gonna do? It wasn't pleasant. But she was right. There wasn't any way that the numbers worked out. If one group was 4 and the other group would have the digital route that didn't match the door. When Seven spoke, his voice was strained.
Then you're saying we gotta decide who's gotta stay behind?
Yes, we do. Given our circumstances, it's logical and morally the best solution. If the other 6 are to survive, then 1 person has to sacrifice themselves. No, that's too cruel! What's so cruel about it? To just sacrifice someone like that. Then what's your plan? Maybe we should sacrifice 2 people then, instead of just 1. That's not what I meant. We shouldn't sacrifice anyone. I told you, that's impossible. Wake up.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Calm down, you two.
Santa stepped between Lotus and June.
So, I might be wrong, but I think if we had all 9 people here, we would be able to go through all 3 doors.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure we would. But you know, that fucker just had to...
I mean, he said someone lied to him, so who knows? I mean, he still, like, did hold someone by knife point, so...
Yeah, so...
Also, that fucker Zero just left him with his knife.
Yeah. Yeah. Or he found it in the room,
That's
but
true, yeah.
still Zero gave him that knife.
Yeah.
So...
Go. Do crimes.
Mm-hmm.
Look, what Lotus is trying to say is... we should aim to bring the greatest amount of happiness to the greatest amount of people. Right?
It's like a trolley problem.
If we
Exactly.
throw enough swords at the trolley, we can save everyone.
No. No, we can't. I'm so sorry. Exactly. That is how democracy works. And for that reason, I think the only fair way to decide who will be sacrificed is through a vote. What do you think? No, that's terrible. I'm not asking you. Shut up. What about you, Santa?
Me? Well, I agree, I guess.
Alright. That's one vote for. Counting mine, that's 2. 7.
Can't say I agree with you, but you don't exactly have a choice.
Hear me out. What if everyone's streamed at different times so I don't have to watch 3 streams?
This is
at
the only.
once?
I mean, I'm only able to stream at this time. Your mother streams at a not convenient time for you, though.
Hey. He was able to pop in his head not one of the days. So
Something
it's not always inconvenient.
EU time zone just built stupid.
All time zones are built stupid.
If we don't do something, we're all gonna die.
Glad to see you get it. If I can get one more vote, then it's decided. What about you, Clover? I'm surprised she didn't look at Ace for that. Clover had moved away from the group and was sitting on one of the beds. Her whole body drooped. Junpei didn't know if she'd even heard Lotus's proposal. Hey, Clover! Lotus walked over to Clover and gently laid a hand on her shoulder.
No, Yuki, Reyes, sorry, fuck, I'm getting muscle memory. You gotta keep your sleep schedule normal.
Your brother has to be behind one of the numbered doors. We searched everywhere, but we didn't find him. Doesn't that mean that he has to go through one of them somehow? Clover slowly lifted her face. Let's go look for him together, okay? If we sacrifice one person, then we can go look for him. You agree with me? Right? Okay. Clover nodded once. The motion carries. Lotus spun around and walked towards Junpei. Now let's start the boat to...
That won't be necessary.
Ace had barely spoken for Lotus's entire speech, and everyone jumped a little. 6 pairs of eyes turned to him. He didn't seem to notice or even care.
I will stay. That should solve a problem, yes? Huh? Huh? Huh?
Ace, what are you saying? No, you can't do that. That won't solve anything. June's voice shook, and she looked around desperately for someone to agree with her. Ace simply looked at her.
June, I'm afraid you may have misunderstood me. I said I would stay, but I never said I would sacrifice myself.
Huh?
I trust you, each and every one of you. I believe you'll come back from it. Whoa, that's optimistic. And then there's just nuts. Those doors only go one way. You go in, you don't come out. If you go through them, you won't be able to return, correct? Yeah. True, but that will not be the case once you've escaped the ship. What? Please, I beg you, once you've escaped, come back and rescue me. Ideally, within the time limit Zero has given us. No, that's ridiculous. There's no way we could get back in time.
Finally, Junpei could hold his tongue no longer.
We've only got 5 hours left. We don't even know where the hell we are. How on earth are we going to find someone to come and rescue you? Then, perhaps you would prefer to stay instead of me? Or perhaps you would be willing to leave June behind.
Ace's voice was dignified and without a hint of cruelty or malice. Junpei had no rebuttal.
You see, there's no other choice. Then, I see we've come to our conclusion. Go on, don't worry yourselves about me. Go, quickly.
Junpei stood frozen by indecision, unable to move. June bit his lips so hard that Junpei feared she would break the skin. Santa stood against a wall, calm and aloof. Seven tore his beanie from his head and turned it over anxiously in his hands. Only Clover stared at Ace, with an expression Junpei was unable to decipher. Lotus's attitude, however, was different from the others.
Good.
Good!
Oh, yeah, no, that's you.
Good. Let's accept his kind offer, then. She smiled, her eyes bright. Ace answered with a smile of his own.
Good. I think this is best for me. Perhaps I'll be able to take a nap. You may be my age, but I get tired so easily these days.
As he spoke, Ace lowered himself down onto the floor next to one of the beds.
Suddenly, loud boom.
From somewhere deep in the ship, Junpei suddenly heard the screeching of metal on metal. It was almost as if the ship was screaming.
Don't say that. Don't describe it like that.
Would it really hold until the time limit was up? Already, D-Deck was flooded. In the sudden silence, the only sound was the sad metal wail of the ship. Unsurprisingly, it was Lotus who spoke first. Well, what are you waiting for? We're wasting time. Why don't we hurry up? As if a spell had been broken, the others all began to talk at once.
You're right. We should get going. That's all we can do right now.
7.
Seriously. Honestly, I was getting kind of sick of listening to you guys talk.
You too, Santa? I have to find my brother. Wait, all of you? Let's just calm down and think about this. There has to be a way to get everyone out. There has to be. Right, Jumpy? Say something.
Yeah, let's think. There's got to be another way.
His words sounded hollow and fake. Fine, forget about it. I'll figure it out on my own. She spun around and ran toward Ace. He had slumped down next to the bed when June grabbed his arm and pulled. Ace! Come on, Ace. Please stand up. You can't give up yet. We just have to sit down together and think about this. We'll figure out a way that we can all get out of here. Then it happened.
Ugh.
Ace fell forward. He slumped over onto the wooden floor, his body folded in half like a boxer out cold. Ace! June cried out and dropped to her knees beside him. She put her arms around his neck and did her best to lift him up. What happened, Ace? Say something. She shook him frantically. His eyes fluttered open.
I'm all right.
His voice was weak and slightly slurred. How are you? All right.
This.
He held out his left arm and slowly opened his hand. A syringe? In it was a syringe and a small vial. The vial was empty. It had only recently been emptied. A few drops clung to the sides. There's a label taped on the side of the container. It read, Soproli Beta.
It was this. It's not an actual thing, but it's pronounced Soperil.
Soperil?
Yeah.
Soperil Beta.
Soperil.
So...
Oh, who? This might be Junpei? This one is
No,
not
it doesn't
labeled,
have a name.
so...
No, this is Junpei's thoughts. When it's in
Okay.
quotes, but there's no name in front of it, I think that's Junpei's thoughts.
Soperil Beta? Soperil Beta.
This is me.
Oh, shit.
The name is there's a name in front of it. Soperil Beta? What does this do? Did you use this?
Yes, it's just an anesthetic. I'll be fine.
Anesthetic?
I found it earlier. While we were searching the hospital rooms. I thought it might be useful later. I didn't think I'd be using it on myself.
Why did you use this?
Didn't I tell you? I'd like to take a nap. I really am very tired.
Junpei knew that wasn't why he'd done it. Ace had injured himself with anesthetic to forestall Junpei in June's attempts to bring him along. If he couldn't move, there was nothing they could do. He'd injected himself so that they would be forced to leave him behind. Ace.
Is there something you wanted to say? I'd just like to sleep a little. Could you keep it down?
No! Don't, Ace! Don't fall asleep!
Oh, you feel warm. So comfortable. I think I'll have a nice dream.
Ace's eyelids drooped further and further, almost as though he were dying.
It's a good thing that's just a normal dosage. Because I think that was like, what, just a normal vial, right?
No idea.
It's an anesthetic. It's fine. They drip that shit into you throughout
Ace!
an entire surgery.
Ace! Mm-hmm. She shook his shoulder again and again. But this time he didn't respond. Only the gentle rising and falling of his chest told them he was alive. Junpei was relieved to see he was, in fact, still breathing.
Let's get him up on a bed.
He lifted Ace up off the floor and laid him on the bed he'd been leaning against. When Junpei turned around, Lotus gave him a look of pity.
Well... Oh, yeah,
that's
that's
me.
you. Ah!
Well, we already don't have a choice now. We can't let his sacrifice go to waste. Right?
Like you even mean that.
You say something?
No, nothing.
It felt wrong, but he had to agree. And suddenly, Santa spoke.
Yeah, but we're not done choosing yet, are we?
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, we haven't decided who's going in what door.
Ah, yes, that's true.
Enough of this screwing around. Let's decide. You first, Lotus. Which door do you want?
I want door number 8. It's the same number as my bracelet number.
Got it. You're 8. Your next 7? Which one do you want? I'll take 7. I can't get along with that old lady.
What? What did you just say?
Her face distorted by rage, Lotus took a step towards Seven. He threw up his hands and made a face like a child caught with his hand in the cookie jar.
Who? Me? I didn't say nothing.
Oh, you're going to get it next time. She shot him a glare that would have melted steel, then turned and stalked off.
All right, who's next?
Santa's gaze moved across the three people left. Finally, they stopped on Junpei.
Junpei, which door do you want?
At last, Junpei's mind was already made up. Okay, so what are our numbers? We have 5. June is 6, so 5, 6, so that's 11.
Which goes to 2.
Yeah. If only fucking 8, we could have taken Ace. No, okay. What's Clover again? 4? She's
Clover is
4.
4, yes.
So...
That'd be 6 with Clover.
Right, and that's not a number. And Santa has 3. If we have 5, so 8,
Which is
9,
Junpei
10.
himself.
Yes, no, I'm trying so hard to
gotcha.
do math. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So that would make 4. So for 4, 8. She wants 8. So basically, if we go through door 8, we'll get Clover. If we go through door 7, we'll get our girl, I think.
Let's see, so what? That's 4. Or no, 6 plus 5 is 11, which is 2. We need 2, so we need Snake, but Snake's not here.
Yeah. I think we should do 8 because we have the people for 8.
I think I'm gonna go with door 8. Okay, 8 it is. Yeah. Alright then, that means June's gotta go through 7.
What? Why?
What?
Santa grimaced and muttered angrily to himself, but finally began to explain.
If the 6 of us are gonna keep going without leaving anyone behind, there are only 3 ways we can do it. Plan A. Have 3, 5, and 8 go through 7, and 4, 6, and 7 go through 8. Plan B. 4, 5, and 7 go through 7, 3, 6, and 8 go through 8. Plan C. Or 3, 6, and 7 go through 7, and 4, 5, and 8 get 8. There's no other combinations. In other words, 3 and 4 and 7 and 8 can never go through the same doors. You get it now?
As Santa finished, June looked over at Junpei, tears welling up in the corners of her eyes.
Oh no.
You're saying we aren't gonna see each other again for a long time? Junpei felt just as June did. He wanted to be at her side through whatever trials they were prepared to face. But he knew if they were to survive, he had to swallow his feelings. In order for the 6 of them to move forward, he and June had to be separated. He looked at June. He was scared to lose her, but he swallowed, steeled his resolve, and did his best to smile.
Hey, come on, you're making it sound like we're never gonna see each other again. We gotta split up, but only for a while. It's just like when we went into the 4 and 5 doors, remember? We got split up then, too, but we all met back up. I bet 7 and 8 are just like that.
You mean they're connected somewhere?
Yeah, probably.
Probably. She didn't sound very helpful. It was Seven that interjected.
I'm sure they're gonna connect somewhere.
Why? What makes you think so?
If they don't, then neither team can get through door 9. In other words, the game would end right here. Zero's been on top of his shit so far, so I don't think he'd blow it now. Damn sure that son of a bitch wants to have his fun as long as possible. He's not gonna end this game till we get through the 9 door.
June said nothing. The tears were gone, but her eyes were still sad as they looked at Junpei. He met them, and with what reassurance he could manage, laid his hand gently on her shoulder.
Everything's gonna be.
Oh, bless you.
Everything's gonna be fine. We're gonna see each other again. Promise.
June bit her lip and gave him an almost
Imperceptible? Yeah, imperceptible.
Imperceptible nod. Yes. Promise? Her voice was barely above a whisper. Santa's voice shattered the moment.
You guys done, right?
He stretched and continued.
Anyway, that's pretty much it. Clover and I will both go into separate groups. Figure I'll take 7 and Clover can take 8. Any problems with that, Clover?
Clover looked away and was silent for a moment. Whatever. It was more of a dismissal than an agreement, but Santa didn't seem to care.
All right, we're ready to go then. Let's move.
At Santa's command, the group split and headed for their respective doors. Santa, 7, and June walked towards door 7. While Clover, Lotus, and Junpei headed for door 8. Oh god.
I think we've
This is gonna be fun.
gone through. Yes, we have locked in on a route. We technically could have picked door 3, which would have left a total of 3 people behind, because that's the only possible combination to get through door 3.
Oh, ew.
So it's one of these other 2 routes that we will eventually go down.
Alright.
Oh, shit.
The 8 door. Ooh. Ugh. How much longer do you want to do this? I'm getting a little sleepy.
Oh, we've been going for about 3 hours, so I think that's a good enough point. Yeah.
Okay.
We can start the next one going into door 8.
Into the 8.
Mhm.
Ooh. Spooky.
The title screen. So, thank you all so very much for joining us, whether it be live or in the VODs. Thank you once again, B, for joining me on this stream.
Of course.
And I think we're gonna... The boys are streaming, so we'll send it over to them.
How exciting.
All right, I'll go ahead and start up the raid now. And I will see you all next time, which should be on Saturday, unless circumstances change with some more Zero Escape 999. So I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.
Bye.